Right, we're back for part 2 of the Edna review. Socially distanced, as per usual. Keeping safe and whatnot. Yeah, as you know, Jon's not with us. He's away, but he has a mic, so the quality should be good in episode 2.
Spanking new night. Yep.
Yeah. So, we're continuing on our Edna review. So, we left it on a bit of a cliffhanger. Again, also, we're joined by Ora again.
Hello.
Catch that. So, we left on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. So, we were talking about princess cuts and how we felt about that. So, Jon, kick us off with that one.
Yeah, princess cuts. I think we were kind of saying the production and stuff on that song was, definitely for me, one of the strongest, I think, on the album. Obviously produced by TSB, who's, on a bit of a run this year.
Yeah, he's really good. To be honest.
Yeah, he's killing it. I think, obviously he was working on Big Conspiracy, so it definitely had that kind of feel, a couple of the songs from J Huss's album. What did you guys think? Do you think the production on this made the song?
Yeah, I think so. I think the production and Young T and Bugsy, and that's not to say that Headie wasn't like sick on it, but I think Young T and Bugsy, they were the perfect feature for Princess Cuts.
You know what? I was a bit skeptical because of what was that song that blew up this year because of bloody TikTok?
Oh, Don't Rush.
Yeah, I was like, he's doing it again. Like, oh man, I was like, it's gonna be another one of those songs. He's like, you know how Drake made Tuesday Slide literally for TikTok. I thought he was doing that with this one. But I can't lie, it's pretty pleasant. Like, it's a proper pleasant song. Like, I can imagine just being like, if we had holidays, remember that was a thing. Yeah. If we had holidays, just being on like a beach or something, like, like a Portugal thing.
God,
and they play Princess Cuts, everyone's just sipping. Like, it's one of those songs for sure. But and you know what it is? I like the music video as well, where they brought in that chicken shop date girl.
Oh my god, I think the music video.
Oh yeah, she's funny.
Very good. It gave me like the sort of 90s R&B. So I think the production's very like old school R&B, maybe not 90s, but more so like early noughties R&B. Like I get that sort of vibe, or like rap R&B collabs, that sort of vibe. And I think the video matched that well. Like even the all white, that's so like noughties.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, even when it starts a little too.
Yeah, exactly.
And like a bunch of people who you have no idea why they're there, just in the music video.
Exactly. That's so noughties R&B.
Yeah.
So I think that worked well together.
What do you think of TSB actually, or like, what do you think of VJ? He obviously did Big Conspiracy. He's obviously now been working with Headie, like, and he's in the studio with Nux recently. As well.
That's good to see.
So good. He's so talented. I feel like he's a name that maybe just because like I have some friends that are friends with him, so I feel like he's a name that I've been hearing about for ages. And you're just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, they made music. Oh, okay, cool. Like, and you're just kind of like nodding along, like and then you start seeing like produced by TSB, like everywhere, and you're like, okay, like he's a thing now. But no, like super talented, like so talented. I was saying that Princess Cuts is it's produced by TSB, but also IO. Who's also really, really good. Like he's another one. So we both went to uni in Manchester, and so he's another one that when we were in uni, he used to kind of say that like, the uni thing's not for me. Like, I'm going to be a producer. I'm going to make music. And when you're just kind of like, cool. Like, cool.
I can only imagine the amount of girls that fumbled that bag. Where it's like,
absolutely. Now they're seeing him now. I know. And now I'm like, oh, that's so sick. Like you actually are what you. No, not that. But like, it's just sick. It's sick that like he's doing what he said he would do all that while ago.
No, honestly, like I think TSB's also had quite an interesting story because obviously I follow him on Twitter. Actually, I meant to say this last time that Jon, I don't know if you know. My sister has him on Snapchat. They're quite close friends. So he must have put up. So I think
you guys have always connections.
So when we had that back and forth on Twitter about TSB or something like that. Yeah. He put on his Snapchat actually. I didn't know that. So my sister, so my sister messaged me. Wow. Like, oh, like I didn't, I saw TSB put up that conversation you had with Jon about TSB. I was like, oh, like no, fair enough. But no, what it was about TSB was obviously he quit weed like earlier this year. He said that was really messing with him and probably his music, and you can kind of tell like ever since kind of like sorted out his personal life, it seems like he's just been it's just I like to see that someone's
productivity,
like, do you know what I mean, when someone's kind of figured it out, and it's like you can't stop them kind of thing. So I can't wait to see what he comes up with next. Obviously, this song, it's not. That's the thing. Like he goes from stuff like No Denying, which is like hardcore, to like princess cuts.
Yeah, like the bouncy stuff.
Yeah, almost doesn't even make sense. So like, no, shout out to him. Also, yeah, shout out to Ayo as well. Probably the best.
The song itself, like, I don't think Headie. I mean, you kind of said at the beginning, but like Headie was not on this enough. Like, it got to like less than halfway through the song. I mean, it's not a long song. But like halfway through it, and he's already finished.
It's kind of like airplane mode. You don't really have to. You just have to.
Yeah.
Verse,
yeah. I mean, airplane mode. I would have liked a bit more lines on it, though. I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked a bit more. But I do get what you mean. I know that it's like. It's that bouncy sort of song where like you kind of let the hook do the talking.
Yeah, exactly. And they know that that's like the main single. Like, I mean, he's not gonna put like a Only You type of verse on Princess Cut. I mean, like, he's just gonna make the what's it called, the track do numbers. And obviously it's a winning combination with them three. And so I'm not the biggest fan of Young T and Bugsy. Not to shit on them,
oh
but
my god,
I knew this coming.
Yeah, I proper liked their verses this one. Like I was like, raw, like they actually came in hard. You look at me.
I really to the point that if you search my Twitter name and Young T and Bugsy, it will look obsessive, like the amount of times that I've tweeted about them. Like I think they are.
What is it about them?
I think they're so sick. I think that you can't tell me a feature that they haven't done the mad thing. Like you can't show me a feature that they haven't like enhanced the song. I feel like there's certain features where it's like, yeah, it's nice, like anyone could have done that, whatever, but when they come on a song they enhance it. Yeah, we were just like, yeah, nice voice, like cool, works to the hook, whatever. But they come on songs and they enhance it. I think that their mixtape, so when they came out with their mixtape, I think it's called, I want to say Plead the Fifth.
Was it Plead the Fifth?
Yeah, Plead the Fifth.
Yeah.
I actually think that was, I thought that was really good. Like when I heard it, I remember being a bit skeptical because they'd only come out with, I think the first time I'd heard of Young T and Bugsy, I was in like second year uni.
Damn, that long ago.
Yeah, ages ago. But all they did was come out with singles.
Oh, okay.
So like they'd never come out with an EP, never come out even like a, like a 4-track EP or anything. They'd never come out with anything like that. So I remember they were like, yeah, debut mixtape was gonna have like 20 songs on, and I was like, guys, are you sure? Please don't. Like, I don't know. Like,
have you got that?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm not sure about this. But when I listened, I was like, no, these guys they're sick. Like, I really like them. I just think they're just cool as well.
No, they are. You know what it is?
And they're from Nottingham. You should like them, both of you.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're local.
Yeah, okay.
No,
it is. When I first heard them, because I heard them probably 2018 or so, and I heard little singles that they had. And it kind of seemed like they didn't have an identity. It's kind of like they were just copying what someone else was doing, but not in a bad way. Just like, they just kind of did what someone else already did. It kind of seemed like, a bit unoriginal. Like they had a couple songs that I like. I cannot remember them, but it's definitely on my Spotify. But I will agree though over time, because even Don't Rush, like I only hate it because it's been played so much, but it actually is a good song too.
Oh my god, yeah.
That actually is a good song. So I know this one I think is even better.
That song with H.
Oh my god, Strike a Pose. I think that song was
right?
brilliant.
No, I actually like that song.
Absolutely brilliant. I think that song is great.
Yeah, that was good.
To be honest, I think they're like one of the few legitimate duos I think I've seen in the UK. Like I like, like, I don't know, Western's not a duo, it's a trio, isn't it? It's a
trio.
Yeah, it's a trio. Yeah, so no, I think they're legitimate duo. Like I'll be interested to hear an album from them, like a full body of work where they kind of like go back and forth. I want to see how they put that together.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right. I think they're building up their sort of like people liking them and liking their sort of like, even if it's them on features or whatever, you kind of think you like them, right? So like, I feel like that's what they're building up now. But yeah, same. I think it'd be good to see. Obviously, Plead the Fifth came out. Was it this year? I think it did.
I do not follow them, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was like March or something.
Yeah, I feel like it was like early this year.
I've like just when lockdown started.
Yeah. So obviously that was out, and I feel as if, I mean, I'm not like a music publicist or anything like that, but like I feel as if they didn't do enough with the songs that were just theirs. So I think, because obviously Plead the Fifth, it had like Strike a Pose on, it had Don't Rush. So obviously they pushed those ones with like the features, and there was something else that they pushed as well, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But they didn't do enough with the songs that were like just them. Yeah. Which I feel like they need to do a bit more of, because then you're kind of like, you're not, in my head, loads of people like them on the features, and loads of people like them. And I'm saying on the features, and I'm counting songs like Don't Rush and Strike a Pose, and those are their own songs, but because they have features.
I think sometimes the way they approach a song is like a feature as well.
Yeah, it's like Ty Dolla $ign.
Yes. Because Ty Dolla $ign, he is like an elite feature. Like, but when he comes to his own body work, you're like, But he doesn't really push it the same way, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, exactly. No, his bigger songs are the ones that like he's on with other people.
That's why I can't rate Party Next Door either, because some of his best songs are the ones he didn't even sing, like he wrote. Like for example, Work. Like I get it, Rihanna, did bits of that song, but imagine he had that. Like, oh gosh, like I don't really get stuff like that, but shout out to them, man. I mean, there's also another feature we have to talk about, isn't there, John? Come on.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Let's talk about
Ivory and Dole.
Yeah, we have to talk about it.
Go on, I've got to hear your thoughts first.
Yeah, go on, Ori.
I'm scared now. I feel like you guys are setting me up.
No,
No, we're not.
I don't know if this is going to shock you. I really like the verse. I actually really do. I think that... Oh, John's like, yeah. I think that... Do you know what? One of my friends told me this, and now I can't listen to it without thinking it, but the beat and the style of the song sounds like what?
Yes.
It sounds exactly like I can't listen to it now without thinking like, oh, like it actually sounds exactly like Cardi B. But I think that was probably the intention. Yeah. I think obviously like Song for the Girls, like a sort of like kind of like that kind of vibe. I think that I like her. I like her. I think that she's different.
She is,
which I like. Yeah. I mean, obviously she hasn't come out with like a load of songs or anything. I've only heard her like 2 of her own songs, and then this verse on the Headie track, and then she's got a song with Lost Girl, like a garage type song, which is quite cool. But no, I like the feature. When I heard it, I was like, okay, like this is a bit different. I wish they went a bit back and forth. Which there's a song on Music and Road with Stefflon Don and Nav.
Yeah.
But he goes back, so obviously Nav is on the hook and doing the whole like Nav thing, but he goes back and forth with Stefflon Don, especially in the first verse, goes back and forth and is sick.
I like chemistry, man. Yeah, you got
and I wish they did that a little bit more. Obviously, I guess he like didn't want literally just a copy of the Stefflon Don song on his previous EP or whatever, or like one of his previous EPs. But no, I like it. I feel like you guys hate it. I can see it in your eyes.
It is.
I think Nav is boring as hell, but you can go.
No, I can't disagree with you on that one, but I will say I like Ivor and Dole's verse. I actually like it quite a bit. I do. But what ruins it for me is that I feel like this is Headie's worst verse on his record. Like, easily. Like, I feel like I don't feel like he tried with this one. I think he wanted to get the feature more than he wanted to. It's like, you can tell. So I feel like with certain songs, you can tell who had the song first and who put the verse on second. I feel like he kind of. Yeah. I kind of feels like, he just had one of those verses, just made a verse like, okay, we'll slap Ivor and Dole on it. It kind of seems like that way.
I actually think it might have been, I reckon. So I think it's because I can't get it out of my head that it sounds exactly like WAP or WAP.
Oh, you mean she probably kind of brought it to him?
No, I don't. I just think I reckon the idea conceptually. I don't want to say it came from that because I'm not in his team and I don't want to say that he's copying.
I mean,
but
sometimes it's inspired.
You know what I mean? I feel as if it might be. I think maybe what you're saying might be true. Like it's probably not like one of his greatest verses or anything. But I reckon that might be because the entire thing, like everything in its entirety, might have been a rush job.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So it might have been. So I don't even think it was more like he had a throwaway verse and he paired it with IVD's verse. I think it was more that like, let's just do this song. Oh, IVD would be sick on it because da 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 and this and that. And obviously, girls are loving this kind of music. Now I feel like this year was like the rise of like city girls and like Meg Thee Stallion had a sick year. So like, let's just do this thing. And we've got the concept. Let's just throw anything together.
I don't know. I feel like I had more potential. That's the thing, because I had no expectations for IVD. Like, obviously, I think. I don't know about the people listening, but obviously I've been following IBD before she was even an artist, obviously.
Yeah.
So the fact that she became an artist was like, okay, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Is it one of those things? But then she actually came, I think she had a nice little catchy line when she's talking about sex work or something like that. Yeah, I thought that was quite catchy.
I'm like sex work.
Yeah. Like, I proper liked it. And then, I just felt like, even Headie One's chorus, like he's normally better with choruses as well. It just seems like, I don't know. I feel like more could have been done with it. That's the thing. Especially with I think for most people, outside like the Daily Duppy, that's probably like their first introduction to like a proper legit Ivorian Dole song. So I think she did well. I think I think she'll be like a Cardi B-esque if given enough time. I don't know if she writes herself.
It's a big feature for her.
Yeah, it's a big feature for her.
Definitely,
it's huge.
Like I think she has a couple more decent verses. I think she's someone to watch, legit though. Yeah. So
no, I agree.
I was really surprised.
I thought the production was interesting in this song because like Kenny Beats.
Oh yeah,
big name. Yeah, I think I remember the first time I heard this song. I totally agree with you. It does sound obviously like whack and that, but like the beat sounded a bit like, I think because it was so like kind of off kilter, and then it has that like big kind of booming bass line. It sounded like, I don't even know which song, but it sounded like a song from KOD.
Yeah, I know which one.
Like Motivate or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like weird. Like when KOD came out, and you're like, oh, that's a new style for like J. Cole to be rapping on. There's those kind of like off kilter, like
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, no, that's a good comparison actually. Speaking of which, also we have your return of Skepta. He was on Music and Road, and he came back with Try Me. I really like this one. But my question to you is, which one do you think is better? Is it Back to Basics or is it Try Me?
It is categorically Back to Basics. As in, without a shadow of a doubt. And that is not to say that I think Try Me is brilliant. Yeah. I think Skepta's verse on Try Me, I think is sick. Yeah. I think is so sick. And I think the song is sick. I think they work really well together. Because I feel like there's like a
Tottenham kind of
there's a Tottenham thing going on, but I also think there's like a mutual respect that you don't necessarily get with someone like, if you're Skepta, right, you're sitting there knowing that people think you're one of the greats, people think you're one of the founding, like, do you know what I mean? Like, people think you're sick, so you don't have to afford anyone respect. Like, I mean, obviously on like a human level you kind of do, but like on a sort of musical level or like UK rap musical level you don't have to. You absolutely don't. And if you do, you could do it for the money, give them a shitty verse and like just move on. So I feel like when he works with Headie, there's this mutual respect. That's like, I respect your thing, I respect what you're doing, and I think you're sick, so I'm gonna come hard too. And I feel like that's what I got from Try Me, and I actually really like it. It's one of my favourites on the album. But Back to Basics. Back to Basics is. Oh my god. Back to Basics is so good. My god.
That's probably one of the best songs on Music and Roads. To be honest,
it's so good.
Yeah, like it's just. Oh man, yeah. When I first, like not too often that I hear a song one time, like I'm 100% sold. Yeah, like that's the thing about Skepta. I feel like Skepta. I like his projects, but I feel like he's another serious feature artist where, like, especially with Headie One as well, when it comes to a feature, it just seems like a different animal comes out of him. Because also, you listen to his project, what was it, Ignorance is Bliss? Like, he was all right, but he wasn't going as aggressive as he is now. Like, he's like, it almost seems like he has something to prove when he's with Headie, which is quite weird. Like, do you know what I mean? And I like that. It seems like they're competitive, but in a good way.
Yeah, it brings out the best in him, definitely, this one.
Yeah. And obviously, I really agree with the whole respect thing, because even on the song Mainstream, when he's like, started listening to Skepta, and now I'm getting spun on one extra, like he kind of looks at Skepta as like, probably whoever was like the greats in Tottenham. Like,
oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
No, probably good. What do you think of it, John? Which one's better, Back to Basics or Try Me?
I think Back to Basics is better, but I really like Try Me. Like they really work well together. I think it's kind of, there's a lot of like playful lyrics and stuff, and it just feels like there's, I don't know. I really like Try Me. I think it's, I don't know if I'm going to say top 3 from this album, but I think it's definitely up there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was a fan.
Another feature we have, I really liked this one actually. I'm gonna be surprised by this, but it was the Everything Nice.
Everything Nice with Hailey.
Headie, yeah. So obviously he works with Nines quite a bit, so that's why I've heard him more time. But this song, let's say the clubs are open, it was like a bashment night or something. I want this song to come on, like 100%. It's one of those songs like after what's that song that uses the Miss Independent beat? What is that song again?
As in Vibes Cartel?
Yes. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the song now. But yeah, like after that, I'll say if this song played, I'd get it. Like, it's one of those type of songs I proper like it. I can't lie.
I am not in agreement.
Right.
And I think... I know. I think that I think he's so sick. Like, I say this all the time. I have this conversation with my sister and some of my other friends where we talk about, like, artists or people that are really good at hooks, especially in like UK sort of like urban, I guess, like urban music. People that are really good at hooks, people that are really good at like sort of vocal features. And I'm always like, Hailey, sick, like so good. Like you said, like he's worked with Nines. Like one of my favorite off of off of Crop Circle, I think. Yeah. He has Make It Up to You with Hailey. Ooh, that is gorgeous. My God. So good. Like every time I hear it, I'm like, I want this played at my wedding. That's how, honestly, it's so cute. Yeah. And I think he's sick. But this one, and it's not that it's crap, because I feel like when you're as good as someone like Hailey, I feel like it's almost impossible to be like crap, vocally. It's not crap. Yeah. But I feel like it's very like, nice, which is ironic. It's called Everything Nice, but I feel like it's just kind of like, this is cute. This is fair enough. I don't love it. Fair. No, I understand that. Yeah.
Jon, do you feel different?
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah. Fair. I didn't really get much from it. I think, because I think for this beat, like, Headie One sent it off to Hailey, and then like the melodies and everything were like already ready, I think, for it, and then he sent it off, got it back.
Okay,
and
I can.
Yeah, I didn't really get the. I don't know. Just a question for you actually, Tope, because you're known for not liking songs where the artist like, we're just going to pop in a couple songs in the album for the girls, like. Oh yeah. And I think Headie One literally said for this one, he's like, the women are going to love this one, like.
You know what? It's true. I don't.
What do you think about that?
I don't like that.
No, but you fell for it. You love it.
No, it's not one of my favorites, but I kind of get the vibe. Like, I feel like it has its niche. Like, it's not like a club, like, I want to play it, but it's like that part of the night where it's like it's getting a bit slower and everyone's kind of getting a bit close. I could see it. That's why.
Yeah. Tope puts his moves on the top. Yeah.
It's been so long. Like, I'm probably just on a bad team. Yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it over Princess Cuts, and I think that's already enough for the girls in a sense. It's kind of sexist saying that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like, especially with artists as grimy as like Headie One could be, like they always feel like I have to make something slow. But I feel like Princess Cuts was just about enough. It wasn't too slow, it wasn't too fast. It was just perfect. So it's not needed. I wouldn't say it's needed.
Even the whole For the Girls thing, I don't even get that. Headie One Home.
I was gonna mention that because Home is like like he should do more of that.
Yeah, and that didn't. There's no feature on it. There's no it's just really good production and a really good sample of like a really good song. Yeah. But there's no feature. There's no like. I guess like what you're saying, that there's no like calculated let me sit down and get one for the girls kind of thing.
Yeah, but it sounds so realistic. Like he literally in the tea house, and when he leaves the tea house, he just wants to meet this girl. Like it just sounds so much more genuine than just like everybody. Because because we know Headie One to be kind of a bit rough around the edges kind of thing. So when he makes like a really slow song, it is kind of hard for people to kind of be sold in it. So I'm not surprised you guys say that. But again, maybe I like it more for Hailey than Headie One, which is fair. Because I think he's quite well.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. That brings us to the last song, the penultimate song on the last song of the album.
Last song, isn't it?
What
song are you talking about? Yeah, man, depends what song you're talking about.
Cold.
Yeah, the closer. Go on. A lot to say about this one. Go on.
So if I'm gonna say like my top 5 songs on this album, Cold is absolutely one of them.
Talk about it.
Cold is definitely one of them.
Disagree.
Honestly, I think it's so good. I think like people, like not enough people are talking about the Cash Page feature enough. I really like her anyway, but I don't think I've gone out of my way to listen to like projects or anything. But she's always in like R&B playlists, like new school R&B and all of that. She's like, her songs are just always in there. And every time I listen, when like you're listening, then you tap your phone like, what's this? It'll be Cash Page. Like she's proper cool. And I think she just works this feature. Like I honestly think it's so sick. I think the vocal bit and then the sort of like vocal rappy hybrid bit that she does is sick. I think she also did the thing that we said that Future did, where she didn't try and make it to UK. She didn't try. She just did her thing, and it just worked with Headie. Like, honestly, I think it's such a good closer as well. Because I'm a real structure person in an album, right? And I feel like this album, the middle, it gets lost, I think, in terms of like structure. The middle gets lost. I think the opening works really well for me, especially because there's like 3 songs with no features and you're just kind of hearing him, and that's where he speaks about his mum. Obviously, that's the title of the song. Title of the album and stuff like that. And I feel like the bottom and the top for me work really well, and Cold is such a good closer.
And one thing as well, like, because again, I don't know if many people kind of like take it in, but it's always really important to open your own record and to close your own record, because obviously it's you, it's your album. So sometimes when people give it to someone else, it shows how much respect they give to that person. Do you know what I mean? I think Snoop Dogg did it with his records, I think, where like he'd even like start for like the first minute or so. So it's like, but with this one, honestly, I actually think this song is beautiful. Like, it is one of the best features I've heard all year. Like, regardless of what content you're talking about, like I've never heard of it before. So when I heard this, I was like, oh my God, like I thought it was someone I would have heard of, because it sounded so polished, so experienced. So she's probably been around for a long time, but yeah, like I couldn't believe it when I heard this song. I was like, this song is amazing. Like, yeah, I do not have enough nice words to say about this one. What do you think, Jon?
Yeah, no, it's completely the same. Yeah, I think it's like, I know what you mean. Like, usually you want the intro and the outros to be the artist itself, but I think like he gets personal enough on it as well. Like, there's I know he's like, I used to love the trap like it would love me back.
Yeah, like he did well. Headie One did quite well. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was definitely like top 3.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like production from, what's her name, Wonder Girl.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, because she's worked on like DiCaprio 2, which I know.
Oh, really?
One of her favorite albums. Yeah, she's worked on a bit of that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She was on Stillness in Wonderland.
Oh, swear. Okay, now you said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little Sims. Okay,
as soon as I dropped Little Sims and Jid,
fair. Everything about this song was just like, honestly, like, this was like, Headie One definitely like went a level above, like, because also we know he can make like the hard songs, we know he can make a little soft song, but this one was like, it kind of reminds you of both, where it's like he does something different, but everyone sounds so comfortable, it just works. And this song's super good way to close it out. But yeah, that leads us to the best and worst tracks. So I'll start off with this one. This is definitely going to my best tracks. Not many songs beat this one. What else would I go? I'll go mainstream. I like that song a lot. Like, I think again, I like the songs with Headie more, I feel like.
Okay.
I'll give two more. So I'm gonna give you only because I feel like Headie carries it so hard. I like the song. So that's that one as well. And I'm gonna get a track list as well. Or is it? I'm gonna get Triple Science. Yeah, Triple Science, 100%. Yeah, those are my 4. What about you, Jon?
Top 3.
I gave 4, but it's a long album.
Yeah, you did. Top 3 songs. Cole's Princess Cut. I like The Light.
Okay. Yeah, you know, it's actually cheeky. Like, my little brother pointed out to me when it's like, oh, my X on my back is only because of in Off-White. I was like, always doing, but obviously because Off-White jackets have the X on them. Yeah, that's cool.
It wasn't one that like jumped out first couple times listening to it, but I'd like to more of listen to it. I'll go with those 3. Yeah. Okay.
Go on, hit us with it, Ora. She's probably thinking about it.
I know, I am.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Cold.
Okay.
Parlez-vous anglais.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, why did I not put that?
And Triple Science. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It's hard. When you think about it, it's actually quite hard to kind of pinpoint it, because there actually is quite a lot of songs.
It is. I'm looking at it like, oh my God, Princess Cars. Like, how did I leave that out?
Yeah, gosh. But yeah, in terms of this album, like, where do you feel like, because there's a lot of big albums that come out this year. You can add to this list, Jon. I feel like also we've had London Class by Nux. We've had Big Conspiracy by Jay Haas. We've had...
God, that was this year.
Yeah,
this year's just been around forever, hasn't it?
Nine's dropped his record. Yeah. Who else dropped? Obviously, N Huncho and Nate
Heavy is the Head.
Heavy is the Head drop. It's been a long
That
year.
was this year.
That was this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been a long year. It's been a long year.
2020 is such a beautiful year, isn't it? So where do you think this one kind of ranks in terms of like all these? It's been quite a competitive year for UK. I feel like everyone's kind of thrown their gloves into the fight.
That's a good question. I think it ranks high. I think it definitely ranks high.
What's your favourite UK project this year, would you say?
This year? I think and it's a toss-up between Big Conspiracy, but I mean, I didn't even know that came out this year. This year's been dragging. So I'm gonna have to say Big Conspiracy, but I definitely thought that was like last year. And Nux's, I think. Yeah. Bit different, but yeah, I think it's gonna be those two. But I think Edna ranks up high, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially like it's a debut. Yeah. So some of those other ones that we mentioned weren't debuts. Like it's a debut.
Obviously, Nines was debuted out.
Yeah. So Nines' wasn't, Hussey's wasn't, Stormzy's wasn't, but Headie's was. Yeah. No, I think it ranks up high. I can't think of like, I can't give it a number just because I can't even remember what came out this year clearly. But yeah, no, I definitely think it ranks up high. Like it's a good. It's a very good.
For 20 tracks, it keeps you like entertained.
Yeah, it's a very good album. Yeah, I think a very good debut, very good album. Yeah.
John, where would you put it?
Yeah, Big Conspiracy. Yeah. You knew I was going to be the answer. Yeah. And I think that says what a good album is, that it was released at like the start of January. And we've got all this kind of recency bias of all the other albums, and we still go back to it.
Yeah. And also it had no like, usually there's like a massive singles push and like singles scattered throughout the year to sort of remind you what album it came from. We've had nothing.
Did you
he dropped it and then dropped off.
Yeah.
We did a poll basically asking people which one was better, Common Sense and Big Conspiracy.
I saw this.
Yeah, and we had that was like one of our most voted.
That was wild.
And Common Sense won by like 60%.
That doesn't surprise me, though. I'm not sure if I agree. But saying that, though, it really depends what day you ask me. Sometimes I'm like, no, Big Conspiracy is better. Like, I think it's more well put together. I think structurally, it is better. Production-wise, it is better. And I think like there's a growth in Huss that you get that you don't necessarily get from that you don't get from Common Sense, which is not a bad thing because that was his debut, right? So you expect growth, which is a good thing. And I think it has all of those qualities. So I always say that, right, as like so Big Conspiracy is better because Big Conspiracy is better. And then I go back and look at the Common Sense track list and I'm like, there was actually quite a lot going on here actually. Like I think hit for hit, Common Sense.
Yeah. I agree.
Which is why it doesn't shock me when people say Common Sense, and that's not even in like a patronizing way. I mean, it doesn't shock me, and I'm not like disgusted by them thinking that Common Sense is better or anything. But I think musically, Big Conspiracy is better. I think like it is objectively better. I think Huss would agree. I think Huss would tell you the same thing.
I think he said like when he was teasing, it's like, oh, this album shits on Common Sense. Like it's not even close. So he probably would agree.
Yeah. But no, Common Sense, honestly, sometimes I look at the track list and I'm like, whoa, like he gave us some real hits on this one.
And to be honest, I don't think of any artist where 3 years later people are still saying like, oh, it's a classic, it's one of the best. Like a lot of UK albums kind of come and go, but this one's really kind of stood the test of time. So
that's very true.
Yeah, even though I know John, you were definitely triggered by that poll. Like I do love to get it because
I would.
Again, like we haven't had the clubs this year as well. Like I don't know if No Denied or Must Be would have popped off in the clubs. We'll never know now. But like. Yeah, Common Sense had a lot of songs where it was just like on rotation, like over, and like it had to be played, like you couldn't not play it. So I kind of get it, to be honest. But in terms of this year, obviously you have Big Conspiracy. I think Nines' project is probably one of his best he's done so far in terms of albums, for sure.
I agree.
Super good. Nuts' that project was decent. SL came out a different dude.
I still haven't listened.
Super good. I really enjoyed that one as well.
I need to.
Like SL he's basically mini Nines for me, but like, he is definitely on his way. Like he's so young, so it's
he's like 18 or 19.
He's so young.
Crazy.
He's so young, but like it's so surprising. Obviously, Kenny Beats has done like a full project with him. Like he did a full EP with him, and obviously now he's kind of helped with this mixtape he's done now. So it's like the fact that someone like him who's been around for so long is kind of like, yep, I'm choosing this guy to work with, and he's so young. Like this, super good. But
he's been around for like. Years as well.
I think. What was it, Gentleman?
Yeah.
He was 15. I was like, what? Like that is crazy.
Like, and the thing is, when people make the argument,
like Tropical or something.
Yeah.
And the same year, like, and Tropical is an amazing song.
Tropical
I would
is
not expect that
so
from a
good.
16-year-old, like,
When I heard it, I didn't even know who. I think I heard Tropical before I heard Gentleman. So I heard Tropical first.
I thought some grown-ass man.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
same. So I was like, oh, who's this guy? Like, whatever. Didn't even watch the video. I think I just listened to the actual song. I was like, yeah, cool. I really like this. Then my sister was like, he's like 16. I was like, what? It was actually crazy.
That's why I feel bad listening to him sometimes. I'm like, when I'm talking, like, also, like, cause my little brother's like, was it 15 or something like that? Like, SL's like his, like, way he sees Dave in a sense, like, oh, he's so sick. But to me, I kind of feel bad, like, wow, why am I listening to him? Like, he's so much younger than me, but his music slaps so hard. Like, when he's
so talented.
Yeah, so Super Talented. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check out Different Dude. Who else has dropped? I haven't listened to Heavy Heads too much, but I've heard good things from it. But I would actually put Edna right up there. Actually, I would put it in my top 3, to be fair. Only because again, I don't think this year was as strong for the UK as last year. I think I spoke about this even on Chord as well. Like, I think last year was the best year for UK probably ever. Like, everyone came out super, super strong. But I think this year it's like, it's still decent, but I don't think, again, like, I feel like it's too top heavy, the UK sometimes. Like, once you have J Hus drop, maybe AJ Tracy and Stormzy, and now Headie's in that conversation, everyone else is kind of like a tier below. Whereas I think last year, everyone really stepped the game up. Also, you had Grey Area, you had AJ Tracy's album, you had Psychodrama, you had Nox dropped an album as well that was really good. Like, I think there were so many albums I could put a legit like 8 out of 10 or higher. Whereas this year it's kind of like, the average is like a 7, 6.5. It was not too bad, but I think Headie One did well. I think this is definitely more rounded than Music and Road. I thought, again, I remember you debated me with this. I was like, Music and Road fell off like in the second half in a sense. But it's the same thing like you said for like Common Sense and Big Conspiracy. Not to the same extent, but I feel like if you went hit for hit, I think it's Music and Road easily.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one, it's like I can listen to it front to back and not get bored. Whereas the other one, I was like, once it gets after Home, I'm like, okay, like,
I can't believe you say that.
But then, do you know what it is? But then again, you got songs like Let's Go and Numb Down. Like, okay, that's fire. So, yeah. To be honest, I don't think it's a shame though. Same. I don't think Headie One's literally made a jump up from Music and Road. Then again, it's only been a year, so maybe just give himself some more time. Yeah.
It's a lot of music to give us.
Yeah,
in the space
done so
of
much. Like,
a year and a bit.
Yeah, he done Gang as well. Like, yeah, at least dropped like 3 projects in the space of like a year. So
went to prison for a section of that time as well. So
always have to go to prison. It's
like a busy boy.
You have to do it apparently. Like, you either get stabbed in the face, you go to jail.
Yeah,
like,
you need a bit of trauma to shake you up.
Like, even Unknown T, like, Unknown T's album.
Unknown T's, yeah, that's true. I really liked that.
Yeah, so no, it's been a relatively decent year for UK music, to be fair. So I think Edna kind of stands somewhere above there. So yeah, not bad. Good, decent album. Decent album. I think that kind of closes out the Headie One discussion. Do you think, Jon?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I completely agree with you guys. Like, I've listened to, I would say I'd listened to this more than 90s albums the whole way through. Same. I know there are a couple of like, I don't know if skips from Edna, but there are a couple of songs obviously I would have taken out, but I would listen to it front to back more than I would Crabs in a Bucket.
Yeah, I don't think there's any song that's like
for that reason
bad on this one. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah, I think for that reason I'd put it like maybe the second best this year. After Big Conspiracy. That's what,
You know what's funny? I remember we were talking about initially, you were like, you remember we were doing you were like, I don't know if I want to review this one. I don't think I like it too much. Like, and now I think it's on a 180. You see like you're a big fan of it. What happened, man?
I think that's the more I've listened to it. Like, I guess when you're going to do an album review, you listen to it like 5, 10, 15 times. And the more I've listened to it, the more I've definitely enjoyed the features on it. Yeah. So, I think, definitely top couple of albums this year.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Definitely. Cool. Yeah.
So, we're going to do things
yeah.
Go on. What are you going to say?
I think that draws us on to Spotlight series, right?
Yeah. This week we had Dev Hynes, also known as Blood Orange. Are you a fan?
Oh, yeah, I am, actually. Yeah. I feel like, I was gonna say not as much as I should be. It's not that like there's an obligation for me to be, but you know what I mean. Where it's like I could, I don't listen to him much. Yeah, exactly. But what I have heard, I like.
Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah. I'm always a fan of homegrown talent. Like once someone's from London and they make good music, I'm always just like, yeah, I need to check this guy out for sure. Again, I haven't listened to him too much since Negro Swan. I don't know when that was. That was like 2 years ago or something.
Like 2018.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, not again. I'm not gonna say I'm from a huge stand, but yeah, I think in terms of R&B, that's one thing the UK always will have. UK will always have singers in space. Like, we will never run out of singers. And again, I feel like when it comes to that conversation, way more competitive. So I think he's not bad, but I feel like there's just so many good. Like, you got Nail, you got FK Twigs, you got Edna, you've got even bloody Dua Lipa, if that's your thing. I mean, like, there's so many good artists, so it's like it's kind of hard to kind of keep up there. But
you are loving Dua Lipa these last few weeks.
You know what it is?
Talk about it. Talk about it. Come on.
Talk about it. You know, we've got time. But I don't know what it is. It's just okay. So I don't know if you heard the story, right? So
I know what it is.
Yeah. So,
carry on.
Stop sharp. So basically, right, I was getting my broadband set up, right, and what's it called? The Virgin.
I saw you tweet about this. Yeah. About the song on loop.
Yeah. It was on over and over again. Obviously, they put like, I don't know, the Virgin Media Custom Service is just really, really, really bad. So normally they'll have like a mix of songs. It just had Levitating on for the whole hour. And at first I was like, this is so corny. And I was like, you know what? It's actually all right. And then I Shazammed it. I was like, oh, I didn't even know it was Dua Lipa at the time. I was like, oh, it's not too bad. So first, you know what, it's the music got me there first, and then obviously I wanted Dua Lipa's Instagram. I was like, fuck, okay. now I'm hooked for the wrong reasons. But then it came back again because obviously I was like, let me listen to the album, and the album's actually sick. I'm not gonna lie, like
it's pretty good. I've listened. This always shocks people, but I actually really like pop music.
Same.
Like, this always shocks people. So sometimes I'll be like, guys, have you heard Little Mix's new album? And they'll be like, what? Which is really good, by the way. It's a little plug for Little Mix. They're my girls. I actually love them. But yeah, no, Dua Lipa, I think she's pretty cool. Yeah. She's actually pretty cool. Levitating's a good song. Yeah. It actually is a good song.
So no, in terms of that whole, I actually have listened to it quite a bit. It's just easy to listen to as well. Like, sometimes, you just want something that you can just put on while you're like, I don't know, working or cleaning the house or whatever. So yeah, no, honestly, like, I think legit in terms of pop, like, it is like an objectively good pop album. So I have been listening to that quite a bit, actually. Yeah. See, John, you thought I was going to say something different, but yeah, it's not always, you know what it is? Okay, the music got me there, Lust made me stay, and then it was again. So I'll admit that. But yeah,
honestly, we love it. Yeah.
It's a good record. What have you been listening to recently, John?
I've been listening to kind of a lot of, like, I don't know if you guys listen to, like, Raphael Sadiq.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to quite a bit of him this last couple of weeks. Like, going back over some old, like, what's it, like, Little Brother.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to D'Angelo as well.
I've been a bit all over the place. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Come on, after your disgraceful comments the other week.
Yeah, no, I said it on Instagram. I was like, you know what? Give me 2 weeks. It's like, he got so excited. I was listening to Spanish Joint, and he was screaming. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
He's so excited.
Yeah. So Questlove on the drums.
Yeah.
Questlove on the drums on that.
I'm going to reserve my review for it later. So I'll definitely come out that in the next couple of weeks. I know he's going to be excited for that one. Yeah. No, I never disliked Voodoo. It's just, I just thought the voicing was weird from Black Messiah, so I just wasn't a huge fan. But yeah, stay tuned for that one.
We'll take it. You're putting in the work.
Yeah. Just before we close off the episode, as we do every week, we didn't have it last week, but we have a now and then playlist story. Don't know if you're too familiar with it, but we put a song that, that's come out quite recently that we like, and then we do a bit of a throwback. So, 2 songs from you.
2 songs, okay. So I've thought long and hard about this, actually. So the old song I'm going with, and when you said old, I was like, I wonder how old you mean.
Just like not this year.
No, so I actually really like actual old music anyway. I feel like I really like music because of my dad. And his thing is like 70s, 80s. Same. So I've gone back.
Oh, come on.
So the song I'm going for old is, let me just make sure I'm getting the right. Okay, so I'm going with "Rock Me Tonight" by Freddie Jackson.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I'm going with. That is a bloody good song. That's another song that I'm like, wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting married, but I'm thinking of the wedding, and I'm like, yes, like that song. That song needs to be played at my wedding. That I have no husband or fiance for, but don't worry, the song will be played, so I know that. And then new, I'm going with. Oh, it's a toss-up. I've got 2, but I'm going to go with Wizkid featuring Damian Marley, Blessed. That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with 2 different ones, different types of songs, but that's what I'm going with. New.
Nah, fuck with it. Go on, Jon. What's your 2 for the week?
Old song, like I've mentioned, Raphael Sadiq, so his song "Good Man."
Okay.
It's a good one.
Good song.
And then a new album. I think maybe it was last month from Xavier Omar.
Mm.
Don't know if you guys listen to him. Yeah.
Okay.
I know he's dropped quite a few projects in the past, but I'd say this one I would recommend. Probably like his most
good,
complete one.
So good.
Yeah.
So much more. It's another wedding song, Jon. It's on my list.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Yes, I've got so far. I think from that album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, his voice though.
So nice.
So like soft and like yeah. If people try the song so far, the beat on that is kind of, it has a kind of like Boys to Men vibe on it. Yeah. It's like a real throwback sound. Yeah.
So I got to listen to. I've actually been listening to your songs on the playlist, Jon. So I'm gonna tune into that one. But yeah, like 2 from me. Gosh, I think now. You know what's funny? The song's actually called Now and Then by SL. I'm putting that on. So that song's super good. So yeah, adding that one. Then it's not gonna be too old, but I haven't listened to it quite a lot. Rich Soul by Avelino. Really like that song for whatever reason. Yeah, you know, it's probably because I've been driving at night quite recently. So yeah, I like that song. So it's definitely like a drive at night type of song. So Rich Soul, Avelino. That's gonna be my 2. Keeping it British again every week.
Yeah,
but yeah,
love it.
So you can find our playlist on Spotify under the Vinyl Collective. You can also follow us on Twitter, TVC Pod, Instagram, Vinyl Collective Pod. If you want to send in an email, you want to talk about the Edna review, you can do that. vinylcollectivepod@gmail.com. You can be like, that Oreo doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
None of you are going to say it. No one's going to say it.
I really like it. But you can send an email. Obviously, we like the conversations, keep it going. What about you, or shout out your socials? Where do people find you?
You can find me on Oreviews with an underscore on Twitter and Instagram. I've been DMing the person that has Oreviews without an underscore for about 2 years now. And they keep ignoring me, and I really want it. Oh my God, I really want it. So David, this is so random, sorry, but Davido, as in like the Afrobeats artist, said, so he just got Davido on Instagram. He said he's been messaging this Brazilian guy for years and just paid him. But he said he's been doing it for like 10 years. But I'm thinking, I don't have Davido money, so this person just needs to give me my Instagram handle. But anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. Oreviews with an underscore on both Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, also she has a mailing list now, so you can hear all things music or movies, because she does both. She's multi-talented like that. You can subscribe to her mailing list when you follow on her socials.
God, yeah, I do. Yeah. So sign up.
Yeah, sign up. It should be fun. But yeah, that's it. That's the Edna review done.
Yeah.
Next week,
tune in.
it's going to be another album review. It's going to be quite fun, so I'll keep that one under wraps. I think it'll be quite good with the guests we have. So yeah, thanks for listening again, and that's a wrap. Cool.